Hi, I'm Miles Protter, and this series is called How to Achieve Impossible Results. And today I'm going to talk about how taking a stand makes all the difference to making the impossible happen. First, I'm going to talk about President Volodymyr Zelensky of the Ukraine. A lot's been said about his leadership qualities, but what strikes me the most is his stand. And he's standing not just for the survival of his nation, as important as that is, he's standing for the survival of freedom, liberty, and democracy itself. So it's not just the existential threat facing him, it's much, much bigger. And from there, he's challenged Western leaders to examine, well, what do they stand for? What do they believe in? And what are they willing to do about it? So, he's shifted from impotence to determination. And the guy is going to win or die trying. And he's lifted us from despair to inspiration. A lot of us would respond to him by saying, well, I could never be like that. But that's not true. What Zelensky is trying to show us and have us realize is that we all actually have everything we need to make a difference in our corner of the world. I think of someone I know, Professor Bruce Robinson, who was West Australian of the Year, and he's cared for many men dying of mesothelioma. And what they all say is they all regret not spending enough time with their kids. So Bruce set up the Fathering Project to encourage men of school-aged children to engage with their kids, spend time with their kids, and it's rampagingly successful. I think of Grace Tame, Australian of the Year, who turned her childhood tragedy into a stand for a future free of sexual abuse of children. And she faces a lot of criticism and resistance, and it's her stand that keeps her going. I think of Marcus Rashford, who's a 25-year-old English and international soccer star, who turned his years of childhood hunger into a stand for the end of childhood poverty, shaming the British government into reinstating free school lunches. If you can believe that. Unlike other celebrities, Marcus is generous with his own money as well as his time and his brand. And he doesn't let it get in the way of his day job, let me tell you. So what can we ordinary people learn from these heroes, okay? Taking a stand. Well, what is it? So taking a stand begins with a vision, okay, for how the world could be. It's like, what can we see? What can we taste? What can we hear? What do we really want to see happen? Taking a stand inspires ownership and responsibility rather than blame. Taking a stand originates from our deepest held values rather than our opinions. Taking a stand articulates what we are for rather than kind of going on about all the things we're against. Taking a stand is about all of us and for all of us, not just ourselves. Taking a stand transforms our thinking beyond what we already know, encouraging new ideas and new thinking that we couldn't even consider possible before. Taking a stand calls us into action. We just can't help ourselves, and inspires others to participate when we share our stand. So it's not a position. It's something very different than just a position. And there are countless local heroes leading movements, environmental, social, developmental, economic, and academic, health, educational. And they began by taking a stand despite their doubts and unbelief. And they now find themselves in action, okay, having taken a stand and stepped outside what they know. And they're engaging in ways they never imagined before possible because they stood outside what they knew. and sometimes they're lifting people's aspirations, and sometimes they're actually fighting resistance and people who don't want to change. So my question to you is, where do you long to make a difference? And where have you been holding back? This could be your moment to take a stand and make a difference in the area that you're passionate about, okay? And let the stand outside of what you know transport you to a new world of possibility. okay? And you won't know yourself. I hope this has been useful. And until next time, I hope it goes well.